morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I know it's another video today. I did tell you guys it would be on the way, though. Today, every single team had to submit their list of qualified offers that they sent out to all their pending RFAs. Basically, this is just... It's not like they've signed them. It's just... Because you're an RFA, the team gets to send you an offer first. This is what it is. That means they tender you an offer, and it means that they at least have an intention of bringing you back. No notable surprises today, and the two people that I thought they would let go, they let go. That being goaltender Oskari Salminen, and the Finnish goaltender Oskari Salminen, and Russian defenseman Artemi Kniazev. I predicted both of these guys would not get tendered. I predicted everyone else would probably be okay. Maybe Simon Lundmark at the most would be the closest to losing it, but no. Perfect. All five other guys, Gustafsson, Stanley, Perfetti, Lundmark, and Heinola all got contracts tendered to them, and Oskari Salminen and Artemi Kniazev didn't. And it makes sense why. The sad thing with Oskari Salminen, last year he was on a tandem with Arvid Holm, and I think they worked passable, but not great. However, due to the fact that Arvid Holm was the expiring goaltender, he got the blunt end of the stick. Actually, the three guys they didn't tender contracts to last year had pretty notable seasons. So the three people that they didn't tend to last year, just to show you how much this could matter in the grand scheme of things, was Alex Limoges, their top scorer, which is hilarious they didn't tender him. I just don't think they wanted to pay him a two-way contract because they knew he'd get claimed. Kevin Stenlund, defensive forward on the fourth line, and Arvid Holm. Arvid Holm went on to become the emergency backup goalie for the Colorado Avalanche, most prominently playing in the AHL with the Eagles. Alex Limoges won the goddamn Calder Cup with the Hershey Bears just this last weekend. And Kevin Stenlund won the fucking Stanley Cup. So there's always upside just because you don't get an offer tendered to you. I don't think the same here. I'll pretty much give you my outlook on these two players. Oskari Salminen, like I said, was in a tandem with Arvid Holm last year. However, this past year, he was working in a tandem at Colin Delia, and it did not work. He struggled in the role, as did Colin Delia. However, Delia had more okay games than Salminen, and Salminen drew the short stick, and eventually he was sent down to the ECHL Norfolk Admirals. He played well in the Admirals, and he even scored a goddamn goal, before ultimately having to be brought back up just for an emergency backup position. I don't think he struggled. He struggled. I just don't think they saw him as a reliable goaltending option. And I think what they want to do is they are priming Thomas Milic. And Milic overtook his spot and arguably overtook Colin Delia's spot. I don't know if Colin Delia is back. If Colin Delia is back, it is only as in almost a mentorship role as the 1B to Thomas Milic's 1A. I think Milic is going to have the reins in net for the Manitoba Moose. And with Salminen, I think he could end up signing an NHL contract or a two-way NHL contract that'll end up putting him in the AHL. Or he's kind of at a crossroads. Or he could go back to play in Finland. I think there's always you see, if it wasn't for the fact that Arvid Holm immediately went back into playing in a North American game, I would say without a shadow of a doubt, I think Salminen is going back to Finland, which I do. I really do. But I think there is a chance that he does sign an NHL contract with another team in the league and at least gets another shot, at least to be an AHL starting goalie, which I think is kind of his upside at this point. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Oskari Salminen. Let's move over to Artemi Kniazev. Artemi Kniazev was acquired in a trade pretty much so that the Winnipeg Jets did not trade away a prospect for nothing. They traded Lian Gawanka to the San Jose Sharks for Artemi Kniazev. Now, this became a nobody really wins trade, as Lian Gawanka halfway through, despite being one of the best defensemen on the team, he didn't really like his role as much, and would pretty much have his contract bought out and take, what is the word I'm looking for? His contract executed. You know the word I'm looking for. It would be completely canceled, and he would move and start playing in Adler Mannheim, which he had actually signed a contract there. He was just waiting on approval. So Artemi Kniazev was the guy they brought over. They had him into prospect development camp. I didn't think he was terrible in prospect development camp, but I did notice that he had these odd similarities to a Neil Pionk type of game style. The problem is that meant that it was a lot of chaos on the ice, and this happened a lot. Artemi Kniazev was put on the power play unit for the Manitoba Moose and frequently got burned by it, making needless D-to-D passes that would be often intercepted and sometimes would result in shorthanded goals against, or just at the very least, a shorthanded breakaway. Kniazev recorded only 5 assists in 20 games, had 18 penalty minutes, and was a -12. Now, granted, the Moose were bad when he was on that team. They were not a good team. And you could argue the Moose were never really a great team all season. They were at least just a mid-team. But while on the team, he was not somebody who was actively trying to change the direction with his play. He struggled there, and it's okay that he struggled there. He then went on loan to AK Bars Kazan and recorded no points in 18 games. It's pretty normal sometimes for Russian prospects to just be loaned out to the KHL. Actually, in fact, there were 3 other guys on that team that he played on that were active prospects for NHL teams. It sucks for him, but honestly, I completely saw this coming. Unless the Winnipeg Jets were so focused on making sure they got the most out of that trade, which is sometimes Kevin Chevalier's thoughts, I didn't see him getting a contract handed to him, and nonetheless, he wasn't. So it's unfortunate, obviously, to see some prospects fall through the cracks, but it is the inevitability of the NHL. Not everybody's going to make it. However, I do definitely think that these guys could find roles. Artemi could definitely find a fit on a KHL team, and as could Oskari in the Finnish League, in the American League, or possibly any other middle-of-the-road type of league like that. I definitely could see it. But yeah, that's your guys' update. Tomorrow's going to be hectic. I'm going to let you know right now. You guys are going to hate the alerts, but I highly recommend turning on alerts tomorrow because I am going to be posting a ton. Every single prospect that moves, every single contract that gets signed to a Jets player, bang, vid. Every single contract of a Jets player leaving the team, bang, vid. It's gonna be a hectic day tomorrow. I look forward to it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please leave a like in the video and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Comment down below your thoughts. What are your thoughts on these 2 prospects that the Jets have let go of? Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.